Hey guys, Shadowz here, welcome back to another Gears 6 video. Today we're going to be discussing why Gears of War E-Day and no Gears 6 explained by the Coalition Studio. During the Xbox Game Showcase, Gears of War fans everywhere were anticipating a brand new Gears of War game announcement, with rumours flying around about a Gears of War collection, as well as the honest expectation of a Gears 6. However, instead, the Coalition Studio finished off the Xbox Showcase with a surprise announcement for Gears of War E-Day that sees the return of young Marcus Phoenix and Dominic Santiago fighting against the Locust Horde, taking us all the way back to Emergence Day, with Gears of War E-Day being confirmed to be the next mainline Gears of War game title in the franchise. Story narratively set 14 years before the events of the original Gears of War trilogy, the Gears of War E-Day surprise announcement left the biggest question for the Gears of War franchise being why Gears of War E-Day and no Gears 6 is the next mainline Gears of War game, which is what we're going to focus on and answer in this video. Is the Gears 5 campaign story set 42 years into the future after Emergence Day ended on a much anticipated cliffhanger ending, leading to many wondering about Gears 6 and the new storyline set in the future of the Gears of War timeline. In several interviews, the Coalition's creative director Matt Cersei and brand director Nicole Fawcett shared that over the last few years, the studio has remained purposely quiet but continuously busy ever since the release of Gears 5 in 2019, shipping 8 Gears 5 operation updates, Gears Tactics, the Gears 5 High Buster campaign DLC, to the Xbox Series X update, while also adapting to game development during the pandemic in 2020. And now the team are absolutely thrilled to finally be sharing E-Day with the world, as the vibe at TC is completely ecstatic with energy for the franchise's future under new leadership and new direction. Matt and Nicole go further into detail as seen in the following. By the time we were done with all that, we were well into the pandemic. A lot of folks were reflecting. We knew we were going to Unreal Engine 5. We knew this big tech update was coming. We wanted to build a bunch of stuff from the ground up again and reflect on the franchise, what parts we were the most excited about, and what it meant to us at the Coalition. That's why we had elements of the Mad World trailer in here. Those kind of vibes are what we love about the franchise. We realized that to think about where we wanted to go, to reflect on the future, we had to reflect on the past. And for us, that shot and that whole trailer, more than anything, encompassed the vibe, the feeling that people think of when they think of Gears, the things that they remember. The Coalition team spent a lot of time talking about the franchise and listening to how fans talk about it as well. There's always the same words that kind of come up over and over again. Brutality, it's about stories of brotherhood. It's the sadness, the way the world feels very weary, but it's also larger than life. It's over the top. You get those moments of Catharsis where you're chainsawing locusts. So it was awesome because that's how we talked about the franchise internally, and we just needed to learn about ourselves through our fans and spend some time at doing that. Why E-Day? That's the moment it all comes together. It's the heart of the Gears universe. Everything that happens is shaped by this day. Now, while it's pretty obviously clear the reasons behind why the Coalition decided to go back in time to Emergence Day and follow the story narrative of a younger Marcus and Dom in Gears of War E-Day, of course this is in the end of other ongoing stories in the Gears series, with the Coalition team content with these stories told in both Gears 4 and Gears 5, and by no means abandoning them. The story of E-Day and the origins of Marcus and Dom are such powerful, pivotal events that the Coalition couldn't wait to tell it, helping explain the reasons for why no Gears 6 right now. But don't worry, a Gears 6 game will eventually also happen in the future. We're super proud about Gears 4 and Gears 5 and the stories that we're told. We're not retreating from that storyline in any way, but in this moment, we had an opportunity to write our next step, and this one just felt too good to miss. The cool thing about working in big franchises is we love those characters, we love that story. When we were working on Gears 5, we were also working on Tactics, which was a game set previously in the Gears timeline. Gears is nice because it can range quite rapidly. I think we will always have opportunities to go all over the place and tell stories, but like I said, this is the one we wanted to tell now. Overall, the Gears of War franchise is one of several billion-dollar gaming IPs owned by Microsoft and Xbox, with a fully dedicated and committed gaming studio in the Coalition as the Gears of War stewards who have now worked on the series for over 10 years. That the Gears franchise has so much potential to explore, as new story narrative will always drive forward new Gears of War game releases. Whether that's stories like E-Day and the journey of Marcus and Dom fighting in the Locust War, leading all the way up to the Battle of Ephyra and Marcus being arrested and sent to the Slab prison. Whether it's the Gear 6 storyline regarding the beginning of the Swarm War, the return of Queen Mira and the awakening of the Locust burial sites, the Highbuster initiative and the COG's new VNM VIPO secret weapon, to of course the story narrative choice of who lives between JD Phoenix and Del Walker, as we discussed across many of my Gear 6 story theory videos, which you can find in the Gear 6 playlist on my YouTube channel, to other parts of the Gears universe story possibly being the Pendulum Wars, the Locust vs. Lambent Civil War, unexplored areas of the Locust War, the Human Insurgency, the Lambent Pandemic, to Pacific stories based on the COG, the Onyx Guard, the Locust, the UIR, the Stranded, to maybe even one day a story setting amongst the space and stars in the far, far future. The events of Gears of War E-Day not only serve as an exciting origin tale of two beloved characters in Marcus and Dom, a story narrative of playing through Emergence Day and its aftermath, but it also adds detail and context to the beginning of the Locust War that will resonate through even more new Gears of War stories that will follow. Everything that happens in E-Day will shape the future of Gears of War for the better. Please make sure to leave me a comment down below telling me what you think. What is your honest opinion on Gears of War E-Day instead of no Gear 6? Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already. If you do enjoy my Gears of War content and want to see even more videos, there is a playlist on my YouTube channel containing all of my other Gears of War E-Day videos so far. If you do want to check out more like this one, click the join button to become a YouTube channel member to gain access to emotes, channel badges, and most importantly, early access to all new videos before anyone else. I want to give a big shout out to all of the members on screen for becoming a Shadow Knight YouTube channel member. I truly appreciate your support. So there you have it, guys, full details on Gear 6 news with why Gears of War E-Day and no Gear 6 explained by the Coalition Studio. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you already. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I shall see you in the next one.